Hi, this is Chris Young, and welcome to Good News on Tap for the 23rd Sunday of Ordinary Time. This weekend we celebrate Labor Day here in the United States. It's time to show our appreciation of hard-working people everywhere. Now, it may seem odd that we would have to take out special time to celebrate hard work, since the Puritan work ethic is so much a part of our nation's history. But that concept that hard work is its own reward was a bit of a revolutionary idea in its early days. In the Middle Ages and in European society, a person's value was measured by the property they owned and the power that came with the ownership of property. Even if workers were not slaves or indentured in some fashion, the working class was definitely considered a lesser class of people than the aristocrats, the wealthy, and the powerful. However, when people came to the New World, the conditions were so harsh that they had to work hard just to survive. People built homes and farms, cities and industries out of virtually nothing but their own hard work and the rich resources of the New World. They could see the fruits of their labors and realize the value of their efforts. Our second reading this week is from James, and it's right on the point in it that it admonishes us not to show partiality to the rich over the poor. It says to do so is judgmental and leads to evil designs. Throughout American history, some of the hardest working people have always been immigrants. The Irish built their buildings and the bridges, African slaves worked the fields, the Chinese built the railroads. And now in modern times, we have an influx of Hispanic workers who've come to work in a variety of jobs, all the way from migrant farm workers to construction jobs and a variety of service jobs. All of these groups throughout history have provided vital labor and helped our country and our society grow and prosper. Yet each of these groups has suffered the brunt of severe discrimination. The Scripture challenges us, especially on Labor Day, to celebrate and appreciate hardworking people of all backgrounds, and we should not be judgmental of them, for as Scripture says, such judgment leads us to evil designs. The other three Scripture readings this week are all about God's mercy and compassion towards suffering people, especially towards people with disabilities. The first reading and the psalm give praise to God not only for those He healed physically, but it praises God for His faithfulness and His compassion towards the hungry, the oppressed, and the downtrodden. When Jesus heals the deaf-mute in the Gospel, He admonishes everyone not to tell anyone what He did. Many times throughout Scripture, when Jesus performs a miracle, He tells the people not to speak of it. However, there's sort of a strange irony in this particular instance. Jesus cures a man who was unable to speak, and now that he's cured, He tells them not to speak of the cure. Of course the man had to go out and tell everyone what happened to him, and those who witnessed the miracle are going to speak about it continuously. They can't help themselves. If they've seen such a wonder, they have to spread it. We have to wonder why Jesus would not want His miracles to be proclaimed. But when we put this Scripture reading in the context of the others this week, maybe we get a clue. Jesus isn't curing people to show off His power and authority. In this and in other healings throughout the Gospel, Jesus' primary motivation seems to be to ease the suffering and affliction of the people involved. If we only look at the miracle itself and not the motivation behind it, then we're missing the point. The point is that compassion and caring that Jesus has for everyone, the high and the low. So our challenge today is to avoid being judgmental towards the poor, the laborers, the disabled, the elderly, and anyone else to whom we might be tempted to look down upon. Jesus had the utmost in respect and compassion for everyone, regardless of their station in life. And it's up to us to follow His example and remember that we were all children of God and we are all equally worthy of respect. And that's Good News on Tap for the 23rd Sunday of Ordinary Time.